So as you can see in the bottom left, there's two Vigoroths helping your main character move into his new home. So, and I think that in one game they kind of addressed how this kind of looks like slavery,
Slavery.
but
You might think, how did humans start in the
but
Pokemon world?
according to the game makers, the Pokemon are doing this willingly. As long as the humans are nice to them, they enjoy being of help and use, and so they kind of get paid in berries and whatnot. um, and I think most of what we talked about on this slide has already. There's lots of different things that you can do in the Pokemon world, like from fashion shows to cooking, and all sorts of mini games. And all the time, Pokemon are helping you go through it. Every single Pokemon game I've played has had the same characters over and over and over again. Your main character is basically characterless. They almost never talk. It's kind of like Link in The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, never says a word.
But you can kind of like choose what to do. You can kind of all of your dialogue is kind of implied. But there's always a rival that you meet from time to time that fights you.
As you progressively level up throughout the game.
Yep. And they level up too, so they become more difficult. But there's also a professor character that is always named after a tree.
Yeah. Professor Oak is everybody's favorite, right?
Yeah, Professor Oak is the first professor, and they always give you your first Pokemon. It's always either a fire, a water, or a grass Pokemon, and you get to pick. And your rival always picks the one that's stronger against yours, so you're always at a disadvantage unless you get another Pokemon in the wild that can counter it. Then there's always a villainous antagonist male, and he is the leader of the villainous team, and it always has a misguided moral that is leading his terrorization of the region. So,
through the use of Pokemon.
Through the use of Pokemon. Right. So you have to fight somehow by defeating them with Pokemon. They don't, actually attack you physically as humans, but they will throw their Pokemon at you. So you become hailed as the 10-year-old hero that saves the day when you defeat them eventually, hopefully. But they always have like one of the in Ruby and Sapphire, one of the teams is trying to expand the land and the other is trying to expand the ocean, and in the meantime killing a whole bunch of people and Pokemon, and all in the name of creating more space for humans or Pokemon to live in.
And in the first two generations, they used the same team, Team Rocket, which was, everybody pretty much remembers who they were.
Yeah. So we have Team Galactic on the right from the Gen 4 games. They all in every story is kind of the same. You always wake up in your room, with a few exceptions. But then you'll go downstairs, you find your mom, and your mom, who is a character that we forgot to mention before, but she's always trying to push you out the door to go
meet the
professor. Meet your professor.
10-year-old adventure.
And just kind of like, go, like, get out of my house. And so you meet your rival, you get your Pokemon, and you're in hot pursuit of all the Pokemon in the world and beating the Pokemon League. And on the way, you beat 8 gyms.
And save the world.
The level design in Pokemon is it's more open world, I'd say, but the progression's kind of tracked by how many gym badges you have before the Elite Four.
Like I said, there are 8 gyms in the game, so you would need to collect 8 gym battles to get to the Elite Four.
Yeah.
And as the level design, per se, is that Pokemon, like we said before, they evolve, so they need to level up using either just playing them in battle or obtaining HM, which triggers them to evolve or even clear obstacles, such as if you had a rock Pokemon, then they would use one of their attacks to break a boulder that's in the way that you can't move as a human.
Yep. So like certain moves that you can collect in that vein will get you to secret places and help you progress in your storyline, which otherwise you couldn't do.